Did the Bulls win a game that they were supposed to win? Did they actually blow out and put away a team that is one of the worst in the league and shorthanded at that without some of their best players? I mean, I kid. I know the Bulls have been able to put away teams they're supposed to, but it hasn't happened too often this season. And to be honest, the Bulls always kept a solid lead on the Hornets throughout this one, but they didn't really take over until the fourth quarter, which is fine. I mean, when it's time to put these guys away, you do it and you move on. They did that. Now, it wasn't pretty at times. The Bulls did have some bad shots, some botched plays, and man, I cannot tell you how many times I've wanted to pull my hair out when I see Zach Lavine complaining to the ref for not getting a call and not hustling back on defense, and then it leading to a transition three for the opposite team. Although, I shouldn't just single out Zach. Like, DeMar does it as well, even Vucevic. It's what drives me bonkers about this team and their best players not hustling back on defense. We've seen it countless times, and it often shifts the overall momentum of the game. But luckily, it didn't really matter for the Bulls in this one because they controlled the game. Even when the Hornets did start to make a bit of a run, the Bulls answered in kind and were even able to break the lead out even further, especially in the fourth quarter where the Bulls outscored the Hornets 31-14, putting the game into garbage time, where we even got to see a Marko Simonovic sighting. But I'll get into more of the specifics of the game in a bit, but first a big shout out to the newest sponsor of this channel, Sorare. So I'll admit, I had not heard of Sorare before they reached out to me, but I absolutely love this platform and having so much fun playing in their weekly fantasy games. Unlike most fantasy sports apps, Sorare is different, and it's actually a fantasy gaming marketplace that enables you to play where users own their players forever. Think of it like you're a GM creating your own dynasty, and you compete weekly in fantasy competitions for great prizes, including digital card assets that you can buy and sell. Users are owners or general managers of their own team, making trades, buying and selling players, etc. And unlike other gaming sites or betting platforms, it doesn't cost you anything to play. You can start for free, and you know what? I want to play along with you guys. I've created my own private league where we can compete and play against each other for prizes and offers. The league is called Bull Central. You can sign up and register for the league using the link in the description, and I'm actually going to be posting updates every week and giving shoutouts to those who finish at the top of the league leaderboard. And I just might throw in some extra prizes myself to those who finished in first every week. These are some of my players, by the way. Yes, I have LeBron on my team, don't hate. So play around with it. It's the best way to learn on how to play. The more you familiarize yourself with it, it's free, and it's a great way to have some friendly competition among the Bulls community. Check it out, link in the description, join the private league, and thanks again to Sorare for sponsoring this video. Some great things did come out of this game though. One, the Bulls moved the ball well. They were getting downhill, scoring points off turnovers, which that in and of itself was great in the Bulls' ability to force turnovers. 21 turnovers from the Hornets in total, while the Bulls actually took care of the ball, only turning it over 7 times. Again, they played a bad team, so it's kind of expected, but still much better than what we saw the other night. In a game I was at against the Lakers when it seemed like the Bulls were turning the ball over left and right and couldn't rebound to save their lives. But tonight, they out-rebounded the Hornets. They shot the ball well, 51% overall. They actually shot it from 3 on a decent clip, 13 for 31. Compared to the last game, they actually got to the free throw line. Still baffling to me that Zach didn't have a single free throw last game, but tonight, Zach Lavine was getting to the hoop, drawing contact. Solid outing for him. 23 points, 7 for 18 shooting. Finally put up more threes. We only saw him shoot 2 threes in each of the last 2 games before this one. Tonight, he was 3 for 6 from 3, 3 rebounds and 3 assists. Vucevic continues his hot efficiency run, 9 for 14 shooting, 21 points, 8 rebounds, a plus 25 on the night. DeMar DeRozan also 23 points, 8 for 15. It's usually a good night when all 3 of the Bulls' big 3 each score more than 20 points. And keep in mind, most of them didn't even have to play in the fourth quarter, which is another reason why it was so key for the Bulls to take care of business in this one early, where you can actually give your starters some rest. I mean, Vucevic has literally played in every game this season. It would be good for him to get some rest before going into the postseason. Yes, the play-in is still the postseason, by the way. Alex Caruso had a solid game tonight on both ends of the floor. 10 points, was hitting his threes, was getting it done defensively, and then Patrick Williams finally had himself a nice game, 15 points, although 0 rebounds, 0 assists, but he finally got his 3-point shooting back though after going 0 for 5 from 3 the other night against the Lakers. Coby White, that shooting consistency, seeing more consistency to an extent. Need to see it happening every game before I get too excited, but 11 points on 3 for 5 shooting from 3. The Bulls need Coby's 3-point shooting more than anything going into the postseason. It's the Bulls' biggest weakness being their lack of 3-point shooting. You need a guy like Coby to be that guy, needing him as their sharpshooter. And then Andre Drummond, you know, shout out to Drummond. for being open and honest about taking some time away for his mental health. I like seeing professional athletes normalize this because it really impacts everyone. I don't care how successful you are at being a professional athlete, everyone is going to have their own struggles in life. But seeing him come back and having a big impact on the court tonight in 14 minutes, 11 rebounds, 3 for 4, 6 points, 2 steals, and a block. The other great thing about tonight, the Raptors and the Hawks both lost. And with the Bulls win, they are now back to just being one game behind both the Raptors and the Hawks. The 8th seed is still a possibility, and with the Heat on a 3-game skid, the Bulls could potentially see the Heat if they were to finish with the 8th seed. And as I said before, if they can just win that game, that would put them as the 7th seed in a likely matchup going up against the Boston Celtics rather than the Milwaukee Bucks, which is a much better matchup for the Bulls. Not saying they could beat the Celtics in a 7-game series, but they could at least make it a little more competitive rather than seeing the Bulls likely get swept by the Milwaukee Bucks. Thus, these final 5 games are going to be of the utmost importance for the Bulls to get the best play-in seeding to maximize their chances of making the playoffs. And the Bulls are right back at it at the UC on Sunday against the Grizzlies, which I know you guys are probably wondering why I keep saying tonight when I'm actually uploading this video in the morning after the game. I spent some time with friends after the game, so recording this late at night, but by the time you're seeing this, it's already the day after the game. Anyway, until then, guys, as always, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.